Thank you very much. It's a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be able to share a few moments. I know I'm in the presence of greatness. And so I want to share with you why I became involved in multi-level marketing and what I consider a very powerful tool. And that is your story. I want you to write this down. Your story has value. That's your superpower. It was Steve Jobs. He said the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world. I agree with that. I was born in the poor section of Miami, Florida, called Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor with my twin brother, Wesley. And when we were 6 weeks of age, we were foster kids, and then we became adopted. I'm here because of two women. One gave me life. The other one gave me love. God took me out of my biological mother's womb and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. And when I think about how I got here, the role that multi-level marketing had, it gave me a chance to do something that was very important, that people need now more than ever before. The over 40 million people that have lost their jobs, the millions of people that are looking for a relief check that's already spent, the millions of people that are dreading going through an eviction or going through foreclosure, and that you are the answer. The 32% increase in the suicide rate can be reduced because you have an answer of how people, as these young millennials would say, to become their own boss. When I became involved in multi-level marketing, I wanted to be my own boss, just working on a job where they paid me just enough to keep me from quitting. And I worked just hard enough to keep from being fired. I got tired of that. That wasn't enough. I remember the day when I said, I'm leaving here. And everybody said, where are you going? I said, I don't know, but I'm leaving here. They had a song out, you about to make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Now, millions of people, 86% of Americans go into jobs that they hate. And at the same time, they hope they don't get fired. That's like seeing somebody you hate drive off a cliff in your car. You're glad they're gone, but not in my car. And so I wanted a new life. It takes courage to do that. You got to be hungry. I used to be so broke, I'd walk past the bank and trip the alarm. Creditors called the house and my children would answer the phone and say, my daddy say he ain't home. So I want you to think about your goals and dreams. And here's what I know. It's possible. Here's what I know. In spite of the coronavirus, in spite of the economy, in spite of what people say, how bad things are. You know, it's been said that opportunity knocks on every door. No, opportunity stands by silently, waiting for you to recognize it. I brought something for you today. If you recognize it, it will take charge in your life. It will allow you to control your own personal economy. It will allow you to walk away from something where you're working just hard enough to keep from being fired, and they're paying you just enough to keep you from quitting. It will allow you to get a good night's sleep. How many of you want that? Raise your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. And so I want you to think about your goals and dreams, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to think and know and see it accomplished and saying, it's possible. I want you to hold a vision in your mind. My favorite book says, I'll give you all your eyes can see. I want you to see it accomplished. That's what we do. We help you to develop your mind. We help you to begin to expand your potential for the kind of life that you want to live. In this place, we help you live your greatest life. And here's the next thing is, don't worry about the economy. Here's what I know based upon my experience in this place where I am right now, it's possible. Here's what I know. There are millions of people who are looking for you, that you provide a key for them to create the next greatest version of themselves. Here's the next thing. It's necessary you increase your skill set, that you learn how to tell your story. The reason that Steve Jobs said the storyteller is the most powerful person in the world It's because in order to do business with people, they're asking three questions. This is the attention economy. Who are you? What do you have? And why should I care? When you take the time to say who you are and what you have, and what you have is an interest in them and helping them to live the next greatest expression of themselves. You are interested in allowing them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, to begin to write the next new chapter in their lives. Now they have a vested interest. Now you've created a committed listening because you're talking about something that deals with them. You're building a relationship. People they can smell residual breath. But when you ask questions and find out what's keeping them up at night, and you find out what's causing them to be stressed out, what becomes successful multi-level marketing, one of the things I learned, especially in the speaking industry, is governed by the philosophy of the Dale Carnegie course, which is a great course. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. No, here's what I learned in multi-level marketing. Never let what you want to say get in the way of what the people that you're talking to want to hear. In all thy getting, get understanding. Ask questions. Find out where they are, how people live their lives as a result of the story they believe about themselves. And when you learn how to tell your story, what you do is distract, dispute, and inspire. You distract them from their current story, what psychologists call their self-explanatory style. You break down their current belief system, and you inspire them to become a pencil in the hand of God and start telling a new chapter in their lives. You have something special. You have greatness in you, and you have a vehicle that can help people to live their dreams rather than their fears. You know, Zig talked about fear, and he used an acronym. He said, most people in a fearful situation, they forget everything and run. But there's a small number, and that's those of you that are watching, those of you that are network marketing professionals. You face everything and rise and help other people to do the same thing.